guys? We're hanging out live with you. Hello, everybody. We are trying to get everything situated. Here's Karis. Do you want her? And Chloe is on the floor. You guys can see her down there.
She's happy.
She's happy, so we're just letting her chill. And we have some friends with us here. Davey, April and Davey. Or does the order matter?
April and Davey, you got it.
You got it.
Can you say Davey and April or not really?
It's funny because I usually say Davey and April when I'm talking about us, but our channel is April and Davey. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cool. So what we're going to do with you guys here today is just hang out for a little things regarding big families, because we just had newborns and they just had newborns, and they'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. Newborn, yes. Newborn. In a second.
We just have one.
Yeah.
But both fifth pregnancies.
Let's not jinx it for you. And then we'll just do Q&A. So feel free. I know April and Davey got the chat up. We have it up, so we're watching you guys. So feel free to ask questions, and we will just hang out and answer your questions about family stuff here together. But first of all, we met April and Davey at
Vlogger Fair.
Vlogger Fair. Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah.
Hung out for a little bit.
Actually, we met you at VidCon.
No, we did go out to dinner at VidCon.
Did you?
One time.
That one. Oh yeah. Was Dana there?
Oh yeah, I got to Skype in or FaceTime.
Yeah,
in.
on my phone, right?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was there too.
Wow, you guys have a good memory. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your channel. And guys, there's a link to it in the description, and also there's an interactive card on here. You can click and go check them out. But what's your channel all about?
Well, we pretty much just vlog our daily lives. It's crazy, you know, we have 5 kids, so anywhere from age 10, almost 10 to 8 weeks. And there's like unlimited amounts of things to vlog when you have that many kids around. So
Right.
Usually it's just us being our crazy selves.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
But we
And
try to
Davey
keep a
has a
positive
special way of-
attitude and share encouraging, uplifting things. So
We started out on YouTube through her hair channel. The first thing we started was, and she still does that once a week. We do uploads on the hair channel, but we really enjoy the vlogging. That's what we love.
And Davey, you have a really special way of calling everyone for dinner.
Yes, I should have brought it down. We have a big seashell. We call it conch that every night we call for dinner. So that's kind of our thing now. So.
That's pretty funny.
And tell us about your kids. You have 5 kids also. What are their names and ages?
We have Zayd, he's the oldest, he's almost 10. Then we have Daisy, she's almost 8.
mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Our birthday month is March, the first week of March. All 3 of these kids are 3 of our 5 kids are born in the same week in March.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then next is Amber, she's a redhead, and then Ender.
She's 5.
Yeah, she's 5. Ender's almost 3. He's kind of the star of the show here. He's
He just loves the camera. He always has. He's a silly kid.
And he's a clown.
And then we have little 8-week-old, and she hates the camera. Every time she's in front of the camera, she just kind of gets out like a question.
Here, let's introduce them to each other.
Their
Say
first
hello.
play date.
Chloe, say hi.
She doesn't know the camera exists yet.
Aww.
There's her forehead.
So yeah, I guess as far as the topic goes, like how to spend time with each and every kid and make it quality time, I feel like we have just kind of like little dates with them. Like if I'm going to the grocery store, I'll just pick like one kid to bring and spend some really quality time with that one kid. Because if you bring everyone, then they're just fighting and it's just crazy. But if you one, then you can buy them a treat and like talk to them the whole time. And so that's one of the big ways that I spend quality time with kids, I think.
I try to do a nightly, like, we call them tickle fights or wrestle fights with the kids. Just every night before they go to bed, they all gang up on me and we just go at it. Usually we stop when somebody gets hurt. And
Hopefully it's not you.
Yeah, it's usually
I
not
was
me.
the one that got hurt last night, actually.
I had a try it last night. It didn't go over very well.
Got a head to that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's
that's
tough.
some
Like,
quality time.
yeah, I think especially like you guys have a newborn, and I'd like to hear how this works for you guys because we have 2 of them, and it feels like they just demand like 115% of your time. Is it appropriate to have like a season of life or just like, you know what? Right now, they just need a lot more attention, and we'll get back to you kids. Hold on for a few months. Or
Oh yeah, I think so. I feel like that sometimes where like you start to parent guilt a little bit, like, oh my gosh, my kid was on the iPad for like 4 hours today. But
Yeah.
you know what? Like it's not always like that. Maybe that's like that for 2 months, but as soon as I start to parent guilt, I'll kind of just tell myself, calm down.
Yeah.
It's okay right now, because
Exactly.
that's how we're surviving. And
Right,
especially
yeah.
with you guys, I'm sure you have double that. So
Yeah, I just have to keep reminding myself that this is a season of life. 3.5 hours of sleep for the past few nights has, is not going to last forever. Better not. It's more like,
that's the only way to stay with twins.
Yeah, how much
Be like that.
how much sleep are you guys getting every night on average?
I don't want to tell you. I don't want to make you feel bad.
Oh.
She's sleeping like 9 hours.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, that's
We're
awesome.
getting there.
Yeah,
She's a
we'll
good
get there,
sleeper.
but that's part of it's just being a season of life, and I think that's just kind of how I think about it. Spend some time on the iPad, Minecraft, watching TV. Sometimes we kick them outside for a little while, lock the doors so they can. No, okay, we
No.
don't do that.
They
But-
have the nanny out there playing with them.
Yeah, yeah. So I see a lot of questions. Let's answer some of you guys' questions. How old are the twins?
6 weeks.
6 weeks old.
Yep.
Good. And I saw someone asking in the chat also, have you guys, I guess I'm the oldest of 6, so I don't consider 5 and 6 to be like a large, like kids, to be a large family. But apparently people do. They're asking, have you guys always wanted a large family, and do you consider 5 large or not really?
I think 5 is large, but I always we both come from 6 kids, and I feel like, so that's kind of normal to us.
I think it's kind of normal in Utah too.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of big families out here. If we
That's
go
true.
outside of the state,
Well,
We're
we get
weird,
really
but-
weird looks and stuff if we go out of state in a
Utah,
grocery store
I think
anywhere.
it's pretty normal.
Yeah, but yeah, I do think it's a lot of kids. I mean, when you can't find a car that fits everyone unless you get like a big one, then you
Yeah.
have a lot of kids. Like you guys are in the section where it's like huge SUV. You can't drive a car.
Yeah.
So obviously it is a big family, but at the same time, I don't feel like we are out of control huge.
No. Yeah, I
feel
grew up
like-
with still lives to 6, so to me it feels normal. Dana's middle of 3, so it's big for her, I guess. But
We're twice the size of
Yeah.
my family.
Raven, Montana asks, when you guys go to the park, how do you watch them all at the same time?
You don't.
The older kids, they learn how to be responsible, and I feel like they kind of pair off too. Have you noticed that? Like the older two will be like, we're gonna do this together, and you feel comfortable with that. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys can do that as long as I can kind of see you. But yeah, you maybe just kind of keep your eye mostly on the little ones that can wander off, and the other ones kind of just go slow.
Try to leave with as many as you can.
Yeah. You go to fenced-in playgrounds.
And don't leave with any extras.
Red Vlogs asks, how is life with twins? What's the best part and the hardest?
Best part? I'm still waiting for the smiles. That's going to be the best part.
The reward for all the work.
Still waiting for that. Good job, Mom.
Yeah. The hardest part is probably trying to keep them fed and sleeping on the same schedule.
I think, yeah, the hardest part is when there's 2 babies screaming at you because they need
I
something.
think she wants to go to sleep.
I don't have their pacifiers. They're upstairs.
Like right now, because if one is awake when the other one's sleeping and their schedules are reversed, it's like you don't get any break at all.
Do you
So
want me to run and go get
I'll
pacifiers?
go run up and do this.
Okay.
So there's plenty of questions going on there. What is Kendall Jolly? What is a way that you guys make time for each kid? I think we talked about that a little bit, but I will BRB.
What was the question?
He said,
What is the way that you make time for each kid or something like that?
yeah, do y'all pay attention to like their love languages and stuff of each of your kids and what they need
Yeah.
the most?
And I feel like that's something that like the older ones you can definitely tell. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know as much. Like with Ender, he's only 2, almost 3. I haven't really figured him out all the way yet.
It's candy.
Candy.
Just kind of stuff.
It could be.
That one? No, but yeah, I
That's one of
definitely
them,
know,
right?
Like gifts. One of our kids is definitely a gift. Like that's how he or she, I'm not gonna say who it is, but that's how they feel loved.
Yeah.
And so we'll make sure that we kind of, show them that we love them in their love language sometimes. The other one is definitely words of affirmation. We have another one that you just have to be really encouraging. But yeah. How about
Most
you?
of ours are like our physical touch, which for me
Yeah.
is draining, especially during this season, because I don't feel like I can be touched any more than I ever have. But it's still like trying to just be like, oh, it was neat though. A couple weeks ago, we were hanging out with some friends, and one of ours had an issue or whatever, and our friend noticed like, oh, her love language is physical touch. And I was like, wow, how did you notice that? It was because she got her feelings hurt because she had a negative physical touch from a sibling. And I was like, I forget that it works the opposite way around as well. That's how they can get hurt too. And I was like,
I love that it's someone else that pointed that out too, because like sometimes it just takes someone pointing it out to you, because it's like they're right in front of your face and you don't even notice it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, I totally forgot, because I always think of it in the positive way, because that's the only way that I'm like, how can I fill you up? How can I give you more love? But we do have one that's gifts is definitely a love language as well. So, which that one was kind of hard to decipher, because it's like, but it's a kid. Kids always like getting gifts, right? So,
Right.
so is it their love language, or are they just trying to milk that one? Do you have a baby with you?
No, I put her down the bed. I gave her a pacifier, swaddled her up, and
Oh, that was fast.
she went down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I should
Pro
have
dad right here.
I should have timed you on that.
I'm not saying she's not going to wake up again in 3 minutes, but she was quiet when I left. What question are you guys on?
We were just talking about love languages and how you love your kids. Sure.
Okay. So, Dan091810, are you planning to get more kids, or are they enough?
I want my kids more kids. No, I'm just kidding. If I could get them, like if someone could just give them to me, then I would.
Yeah. There's not a stork?
Ever again. I don't know how you feel, Dana, but
I'm so done with the whole pregnancy deal.
it's too fresh in your mind. Like
5 full-term pregnancies is enough. That's too much.
I think that's when you kind of want to draw the line. But I could totally picture myself being that like crazy mom that has like the youngest is like 8 or 10, and then you have another one. I think I'd be that crazy lady.
Are you gonna have a baby when your kids are having babies?
I sure hope not, but I just keep like I can be that crazy lady.
My mom had 2 more. She had a kid when I was 14 and then 15. So I got a brother and sister who are significantly younger. They're just graduating college now.
Wow.
So
I'm definitely done for now. That's what we'll say.
Yeah.
yeah. We are too. We haven't done anything permanent, but we're.
That's how we are. Yeah. That's why I say I'm gonna be that crazy like 45-year-old lady.
Right. Yeah.
Kid.
Was it an article you were reading that there was like a 54-year-old?
9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah. So Sarah Hoffman has a homeschooling question. How long do you plan to homeschool your children? Is there any point which you think it is necessary for a child to have a public education in courses with teachers who specialize in those subjects?
College.
Yeah, we don't need to get off totally on the homeschooling thing here, but how long? I don't know. We kind of just take it year by year is what we do.
We'll see how long it
No,
lasts.
I feel the same way. Like a lot of people ask why we only homeschool Dade, and it's because we take it a kid by kid and a year by year approach. I don't think it's the answer for everyone. I think it was the answer for our child at that time.
Yeah.
So I think that every parent really has to look at the situation individually and pray and find guidance and go with their heart, because there's no one right answer.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's how we take it too. Claire Wild, kind of going along with that. Are you homeschooling to the same extent that you were prior to the newborns, before the newborns? And our vlog, was it yesterday that went up? I think. Yeah. Was about
Everything's
like
a blur still.
we've pretty much taken a break during this season with the twins from homeschooling, like official, like sit down, scheduled homeschool. We're still reviewing because they're here at home. We just talk about the stuff when reading meals together, or they're doing.
They're reading.
Yeah, they're still reading and doing this, but we have definitely slowed down, and we'll probably start ramping it up again here pretty soon. So.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys do also when she was born?
What did we do when she was born?
Yeah.
We kept on it. Well, we're on like K through 12, on the homeschool program. So it's pretty structured to where, like, if you miss an assignment or something, then you have to make it up, or like you have to have a certain amount of days. You can do homeschool so many different ways, and the way we're doing it is really structured. And so it's a little bit more stressful, I think, because it is nice to be able to just kind of go at your own pace. And so sometimes I regretted doing it on our K through 12 because I was like, it's new week off, but
we don't really know what we're doing, so we need some guidance.
I also think it's good because it kept him on track. And there were a few days where we just were like, I don't care about school today, and that was fine. And he made up some of the work on like a Saturday or something.
But, like, which is nice. You can have that flexibility.
It was so nice to have that Christmas break right after she was born. And I know that you had right after Christmas break. So I'm like, dang it.
Do you guys,
time off.
Raven, Montana, do you guys ever get a day to yourself, just as parents or just alone or anything like that? And what do you guys do with your time?
Last year, we went to Mexico.
Exactly.
What about you guys? Do you ever get time off?
We haven't had any time off since the twins were born.
No.
So 6 weeks we haven't.
We have a nanny, and so for Valentine's day after Valentine's, so
President's
Monday,
Day.
when the nanny's here, we'll go out, and probably that'll be our first time alone, just you
I'm
and
sure
I.
you'll have like a 3-hour limit because you'll have to feed babies.
Right, yeah.
Like,
let's hurry.
So before she got overly pregnant, like you know what I mean, like way too big
Before
to move
I got
around.
put on bed rest.
We would go out once a week.
Yeah.
But now we haven't done it for a while,
pregnant.
so we're kind of off that.
The s'more gills. We just got combined.
The s'more gills.
Sounds like a delicious dessert.
Oh, it's the Dykes fam. What's up, Josh?
Morgles. I love it.
Morgles.
Smorgles. That's got to be a new collab channel, I guess, huh?
Well, I guess you have to make it before someone else steals the idea.
I know.
Yeah.
There we go. Take that one.
Well, they need
Everybody's gonna be
500
up for it.
subscribers before they can claim the URL, so we're good. So Carla's been asking a few times what's the schedule with the twins.
There is no schedule yet. We're still trying to figure it out.
You get them on a schedule, and then like the next day,
They have never been on
I feel like we've been
triangle.
like consistent for a day, and then it's like off.
That's called non-consistent.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if you can get 24 hours of consistency, you know.
So consistently non-consistent.
Right,
Yeah.
there we go. That's our consistency.
Yep.
I think all sports are like that. People keep asking me how I'm getting her to sleep, and I'm like, I don't know.
You
Like,
just pray and
tomorrow she probably won't sleep 2 hours, so like I don't. You
Yeah.
can't really count on it being
Right.
born.
you just take it if she gives it to you. So
Yeah.
Bend over, which I love that name. How do you think the other kids feel about you guys always needing to be with the twins and not being with them as much?
they're actually not too bad. They're pretty understanding about it. Toby's the only one that has really struggled with it because he doesn't really understand. Although the kids did get the baby dolls out the other day, and he will not let go of his baby doll. So he must be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Warm around her
They
constantly.
all want her.
Just want
so
her.
They
so-
haven't even noticed that we give them less attention.
Yeah, so
They don't
they
care.
want to hold her all the time.
Even Ender, I want to hold Elizabeth. He's almost 3, so I think he understands a little bit better. Like he's excited about her. But I've had other kids, like we have a couple 2-year breaks, and that was a little bit harder because they would look at him like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And it was a little more difficult. But the bigger break helped us a lot, I think, with that.
Yeah. Aw, I have 5 brothers, no sisters. It sucks. Aw. That's too bad, Jacqueline. How many kids does the guest family, you guys? So Laura's asking, how many kids do you guys? Maybe she missed at the beginning.
High
We got
High
5. 5 and done. Since April.
Ages
Baby
10 to
one.
8 months? Is that right?
10 to, how old is she? 2?
We'll say
2
10.
months?
He's 9, but he's turning 10 in 3 weeks. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
but
8 weeks, not 8
8
months.
months.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Should be a lot bigger than that at 8 months.
Yeah. Somebody wants you to speak some Spanish, Laura. Laura Wilkins asking David to speak some Spanish.
Oh, April
I will
usually
translate.
translates for me.
Okay.
Hola, estamos hablando con los Moyers y me gusta hablar mucho con ellos.
not say that.
I know what he said. I think. Can I guess?
No.
Are the best. I'm just kidding. No, I don't really know what he said.
She fake translates for me a lot on the channel.
I have no idea, but it sounds like you said a bad word at the end, so I didn't want to.
Smoyers.
No.
So how did you learn Spanish in school, or were you overseas somewhere, or
I went on a mission to Mexico from my church. So yeah,
did you have to learn it before you went, or when you were there?
Less than a year in Mexico, and we figured out how to speak Spanish. So it comes in handy.
Yeah. My Spanish is very.
I was pretty good
no
when I
bueno.
lived in Texas, but ever since we moved away, we haven't been around a lot of Spanish-speaking people. So
Yeah.
So, if you could choose what is the perfect age difference between children, mine are 10 months and 16 months apart. Nor family vlogs. Is there a perfect age distance between kids?
I don't know.
I think sometimes it's cool for kids to have like really little bit of time because then they're like best friends, like almost twins, like they're really close.
10 months, I feel like would it be almost twins? Like that's still for a little baby.
But everybody only knows the way they were born, so that's all anybody knows.
I've only known the difference we've had between like a 2-year gap and a 3-year gap, and the 2-year gap was a little bit more difficult because we had to carry them more places, and like they just weren't as easy to reason with.
Yeah.
But as far as them being buddies, like it'd probably be closer would be better. So I think there's benefits to both, obviously, but.
We can answer that question when we're a lot older.
Yeah, I think that's one of those questions is you can't, it's hard to answer that right now because they're too close right now. But ask me in 15 years and I'd probably be like, I'm really glad I had them all close together, and they would might say the same. So I don't know. It's probably perspective of time and sleep, things like that. Depending on how you answer that one. Are the children taking on the role of big brother and sister as well? Hannah Vickerman?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what we've been vlogging about lately is Hannah helping out with the twins.
Yeah, Hannah went to my dentist appointment with me because the ladies at the dentist office wanted to meet the twins. So I was like, all right, Hannah, you're coming with me so you can take care of them. And then Zeke went with me today for their checkup. So.
And one of the things.
I think that's the cool thing is like everybody, once they get older, they become like this self-containing system where they can drive each other and babysit each other. So that's kind of the stage we're not at yet, but we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
One of the things that we try to teach our kids is that good work brings good reward. It's kind of what we say around here. And so when they do good work, they get a good reward. So it's not a bribe. It's not like I'll give you this if you do that. It's we think it's a biblical principle actually that when you work hard, that there's reward. There's fruit of your labor. And so we experience that. We work hard, and our fruit is children.
Good for
awesome.
good. I love
you get sweeter as they ripen and get older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad for bad.
Well,
did you do anything to try for the twins? No. They're identical, which means that
I was never one of those people that was like, oh, I so wish I had twins.
there's no other science behind it other than it just happens for some people.
Natural.
Yeah. Because they're identical. If they were fraternal, then that's like different.
There's more fraternal twins because of people that are having trouble having babies and then try to have help with it, and then they usually end up with more than one baby.
Yeah.
But we did not.
Also hereditary. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid has fraternal twins, and so it's in their line. So my girls might have a chance to have fraternal twins.
Ah.
I actually trying to be a grandma of twins.
Are you glad it skipped you or no?
Oh well, yeah. It's not, and like
It's
I don't
not in
have
her
it in
family.
Oh, in her family. Oh.
My
It's in
sister has
babies.
identical twins, and so
Oh, okay.
that's not hereditary. So
No.
we're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
maybe. We got
I gotta
identical.
Yeah.
say hi to Eliana real quick. Hi, Eliana.
Yeah. Is that hard?
I don't think we really get mixed up, but we know whenever we dress them in the wrong clothes.
Yeah.
We're like,
Sometimes-
oops.
So for those of you guys who don't know, there's a couple ways to keep them apart. One is, I don't think you're going to be able to see this,
It's chipping off.
but we have their toenails, their toes painted purple.
That's the bottom of
It's
her
not gonna see it. Her toenails are purple because she's Karis, and she has this
bracelet on one of her
purple
arms.
bracelet. Oh, she's filling her diaper. Purple bracelet right here that so we can identify her as Karis. And then Chloe has pink toenails, and we usually dress her in pink, and she has a pink bracelet. So that's how we keep them apart. Let's take like one or two questions here, and then we'll wrap it up. Hey guys, babies sound like a good reward to me. Yes, they are. Do you have any questions you want to ask them?
That I have to ask?
No, that you want to ask them about
I don't
kids
know.
or anything?
Not right off.
How long have you guys had a nanny for?
She started in September, I think. So during the fall, just because we wanted her to get into a routine so that when the pregnancy got difficult, she would know the routine already.
Overly pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I Facebook, you know how that Facebook reminds you of like posts that you posted a long time ago? I posted a text message from Dana when she was like towards the end of her pregnancy with the twins. Is like,
Oh, no.
can you come help me get up? I'm stuck laying on the couch. I'm like, aw. So we had when Dana was not able to move,
Not able to
yeah,
move.
we was like, we need a nanny to help us with everything that Dana does and more. So.
And nowadays, sometimes I don't even get around to like writing a list of what she can do during the day, and she just takes care of the house. So, because she already knows everything, so I'm like, thank you.
Zoe wants to know what advice you would give a mother that's going to have twins, but let's, in general,
help.
Why don't you answer the twin one really fast so I can think?
With twins, you need help. Like that's probably like we went ahead and planned ahead for the nanny because we had twins before anyone even told us that we were gonna need help. We were like, okay, we're gonna need help. But then like help, and right now, yeah, like we're trying to figure out schedule and like try to figure out how to get on a schedule, and having the extra help is so figure out the babies and try to get them on a predictable schedule because it's been tough not having it.
That is hard. For new moms, I would say don't stress out too much. I feel because looking back, you can get pretty overwhelmed with all of the advice everyone's throwing at you. And so I would just say, calm down, don't get overwhelmed, and just take as it comes, because they actually are pretty easy when they're just newborn, like, and they sleep a lot. They give you time to kind of ease into it.
Good.
Davey, what was going through your head when you took your first kid? Was your first kid at home?
It wasn't so taken care of in the hospital. You can't even like carry the baby without a nurse like assisting you, and you can't. You're in the car.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, you guys aren't coming with us, and
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. And then
everything's so high tech in the hospital. Now all of a sudden it's just
it's just you.
we're home.
And then no nurses, and it's all you. So it's a little overwhelming, but like April said, don't stress too much about things and things work out.
I still remember the first day we brought Hannah home from the hospital, and I took the car seat. Like, first, not be letting me leave with her. Like,
Everyone feels that way.
Yeah, and then I took the car seat, I put it in the living room, and I sat down. Like, now what do we do? And Dana's like, well, get her out of the car seat. Oh, good idea. It was like step by step.
And then you just kind of stare at them for like hours.
Right. You're like, oh, she's crying. What do we do now? Quick, what do we do? Help! Both of you.
One side note, real quick, I did want to say that I am now at a stand-up desk, and you inspired me to do that. So.
Are you at a stand-up desk right now?
Yes.
I
I'm on a squatty potty. I'm not really this
April's
tall.
standing on a squatty potty.
That was awesome.
That's great.
Dana's sitting on a stool.
That's cute.
So anyways,
Wednesday.
stand-up desk. I love
Awesome.
it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. It was really hard at first, but I'm
He
adjusting.
fell down.
Are you bending your knees? You're not
How
locking
did-
your knees.
yeah,
are you?
how'd you-
Like kind of fake collapse.
Pass out.
Yeah,
Oh.
Like my leg. And then he was gone. And
Do
he
you
came
have
back.
a thick mat to stand on?
I doubled up the carpet recently. Like
You need
I
to
have
invest in a nice mat.
I have this like Walmart little checkout stand on?
Ah,
You need to get one of those.
in my
And
salon,
this floor even has carpet on it. So even with carpet,
Really?
we have one of those down here.
that's a good idea. I gotta
They're
get some
not
of that.
cheap though. They're like $70-$80 for one. I was like, is this worth it? And
But
I'm
they're
like,
worth
yeah.
it.
It takes a lot of the pressure off of your feet and stuff. But were you one of those guys that was having like I was having lots of aches and pains and stuff from
Shoulder,
sitting in a
back.
chair at the desk all day?
I actually went into it because I had a lingering hamstring issue, and I got told that it was because of bad posture sitting at my desk, and I couldn't have good posture, so I
You
Yeah.
tried.
I
Tried
tried.
something great. You just-
couldn't do
Well,
it. So
welcome.
I just said, chair's gone, and and I was like, I gotta try the stand-up desk. So
How long have you been doing it?
been like 3 months or so,
Okay.
4, 5 months. Yeah, it's been a while.
Nice.
So far, so good?
Yeah, it's good.
Do you
Hamstring's
like
going
it now,
bad.
or you want to go back to a chair?
No, I think I'll stay. I sit on chairs, but then I feel that bad posture coming on, and it gets bad again.
I like it.
I-
It's
But
awesome.
it's okay.
For any of you guys who are watching, Davey and I stand at our desks instead of sitting. So, like, here's my desk. Whoa,
Whoa.
Super
Yep,
messy.
there it is.
there's my desk right there. And see, I stand. Dana's sitting on a
I'm on
stool.
a stool.
And that's my messy desk. GoPro, baby bottle, all the necessities.
Hey, it looks scary. This
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's almost scary.
Yeah, that looks very similar to mine.
We're really in the same room, in the same house, and in the same desk. No.
Yeah.
Hey, someone asked a question to you guys that I'm actually curious about. What time is bedtime, and how do you do bedtime? Because we're having a hard time with that. We have like kids staying up till like 10 o'clock right now because we just can't get them to bed.
Are they napping or no naps?
They're no naps. They're like the
And
older
up until
kids.
10. Wow. What time do they get up in the morning?
We need to wake him up early.
Okay. That's how you get them to bed earlier, is you make them wake up early. But then if you're tired, it doesn't work well.
Yeah.
I like to have the kids in. That doesn't
That's
always
about when we
work.
start them on like they'll brush your teeth.
We used to be 7. It's like 9 o'clock now.
I just
Yeah.
can't, like,
We used to be really going early.
Well, mostly because then Dana and I didn't have any time together ever.
Yeah.
So we're like, at least get the kids in bed, even if they're just in their bed listening to music
Or
or
talking
singing
and having a great
songs.
time.
Like they can just be in there in their beds, but
Too, but they just stay up in their beds till like 11. Go to
They have like a timer on their kids' lamps, and so their kids go to bed, and then they get to read, and at a certain time, the timer just turns the light off for them.
Good
So
idea.
I would like to do that.
but their problem is that even with the lights off, the kids are just still staying awake, right?
like I'm reading this book, and then he'll read until like midnight
Yeah.
because he just loves it. And so I feel like a timer on his light would be genius. That would solve it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got some
There you
advice
go.
from this one.
Yeah.
That's my wisdom because your sister has 7 kids, so I'm always looking for people that have more kids than we do to get their advice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Someone said, I think it was Mama 3 Kids, said Dana, she wants you to make a video on C-section recovery and what it's like.
Oh my goodness, I don't think
Right
you want
here.
me to. It's not
Not
fun.
fun.
I'm so jealous that you got to do a home birth. Because I was thinking whenever we got pregnant with this one, I was like, awesome, I can finally do a home birth. Like, I feel like I've got this down. I've had 4 babies. Like, I can do this. And
You had them natural without an epidural before?
I had Hannah without an epidural. But with
Yeah.
first baby, I had no clue what I was doing. And I had no clue what to expect on the pain.
Your first? The first
Yeah.
one's really hard.
Yeah, that was not smart to do a no epidural on the first one with have no experience whatsoever. Because it was finally Toby being my 4th one that I finally realized, like, whenever a contraction comes on, I need to not fight it. I need to breathe through it and, like, visualize the contraction, like, pushing him down. And it was
Yep.
so much easier. But
Yeah.
I didn't
Sure.
really...
And I feel like, because I've done all my natural, but the first one was like 10 times harder than any of the others.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
watched your last home birth, And I was like, you reminded me so much of myself when you were just walking around the house by yourself.
Yeah.
Because I labor so much better by myself when I don't have Tim around to blame all the pain on. But if I can work through it, yeah.
Ever.
If he's around, I'll get worked up, but I can focus myself.
I was involved progressively less in each of the births. The first one, I was trying to massage her back, do all these things, but then each one I just stepped out a little bit more. Now I was just the camera guy in the last one. So.
Yeah. Let's wrap up with this question for Laura Sharpton. Any tips for keeping a 2-year-old in bed? He will scream and beat on his door because he is so used to being rocked to sleep.
Keep him in his crib if he's getting out of his bed, if you can.
3-year-old, yeah, you should be able to keep a 2-year-old in a crib.
I don't know if we've ever had a 2-year-old in a crib.
No,
we have 3 cribs now, and Toby will be 2 in a crib.
Yeah, but that's because of space for us. We just don't have space in this house for a bigger bed. What would you guys say?
I say, I don't know. Right now we have a lock on our kid's door. We put it on and we take it off after he falls asleep, and we take out anything that they could actually hit the door with and damage it.
Just make sure the room's safe, like furniture not falling on them.
Yeah, it's safe, and usually for a while he's past it now. Like he'll just fall asleep in his bed. He's not hitting the door anymore. But
or I don't even mind if he wanders around for 30 or 40 minutes playing with his toys. We can hear him in there, like pushing the buttons on his piano and stuff. And
he like sings under the door. He doesn't beat the door anymore, but he like sings songs under the door. He plays a cue card at us, so he's trying that right now. But
well, that was so like in the past, I have gone in there, like I'd give them 5 minutes, and if they haven't calmed down in 5 minutes, I just go back there and I just say it's time for bed, really calm, lay them down again, and you kind of just have to keep doing that until they realize it's kind of like a long road of training, but you just have to be consistent.
That's good.
I mean, I would love to see a video of him just singing underneath the door at night.
I want to put a camera in there. It's really funny. Yeah.
He says, hello.
Hello.
Did you see that video that got circulated on Facebook recently where the parents put the GoPro on the kid's head and they went and played hide and seek, and they had the monitor up on their phone hiding in the closet just watching their kid like look for them? Did you see that video?
Funny.
You should do the same thing with like put the GoPro on your kid's head, close the door, and then just record whatever they do in the room.
He would take it off and start vlogging himself.
Yeah.
He likes vlogging stuff.
Oh, it's YouTuber problems right there when your 2-year-old starts vlogging.
Vlog. Well, Toby's 18 months, and every time he sees the GoPro, he's got it in his hand and he's blabbering along.
You know, as soon as he sees it, he starts waving and smiling. Like, I don't know where he learned that, but I guess he just assumes this is like a friend of ours or something.
Yeah. There it is. Yep. They're friends.
Well, we're going to wrap this up. Tell us where we can find you. And guys, the link in the description and the interactive card around here. You can click to go check them out. But tell us about your channel for people who joined us halfway through.
We do. The channel name is April and Davey. We have 5 kids. We have lots of fun. It's just family oriented. We keep it super positive and just chase the kids around, go through our crazy lives. And yeah.
April and Davey.
April and Davey. Cool, guys. Go check them out. We like watching them. And that's not freaky because like you put it out there for us to watch. It's not creepy at all. But I know if you say that to a normal person, they're like, what? So go check them out, guys. And
come up to us and be like, is it creepy that I watched your vlog? Because I know you.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
I put it out there.
It's
Please
okay to
watch. And watch an ad or two while you're at it. Wink, wink.
I know, right? Look on that ad.
We would never say that out loud. But
I just did.
I know. Live, no less. So, but yeah, guys, go check them out. You'll enjoy their vlogs like we do. And you guys can see more of them over there. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight, everybody. And we will see you guys on Thursday when Dan and I live stream with the whole family together doing some sort of family event. I think we're going to do a challenge together on Thursday.
We got to figure out what we're doing.
Sort of, because you guys have been wanting us to do challenges. So we're going to do a family challenge of some sort live, usually Thursday afternoonish sometime. So
scary.
You'll see that around then.
That'll be so fun.
Yeah. So thanks for everybody. We'll see you then. Bye.
Okay, bye.